Hey guys, Rob Sambles here. I'm a sports photographer based in Send in Surrey. So I'm doing a video today or this evening that I promised to do a while ago, or people have been asking me to do for a while, and I've not done it. So apologies for that, but I'm doing it right now. So I'm on my way to Craven Cottage to do a football game. It's not a first team game, it's an under-21s. It's under-21s Premier League. Fulham at home to Derby. So I've got that this evening, and I thought I would document it. I've got the little GoPro camera with me. I'm filming this now on my iPhone, so I've got that too, just in case. And I'm just going to kind of document the whole experience, really. I'm going to try to show a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff. I don't know if I'll be in the workroom or not this evening. It depends how many of us are there. Or if they'll just have us doing our stuff pitch side, but either way, you'll see my workflow and how I send images and stuff like that, and I'll film a little bit of me working and some point of view stuff from the top of the camera and all that kind of thing. So hopefully it'll be interesting. Yeah, guys, enjoy. Thanks for watching as always. Here we go. Okay guys, so we're going to do a little bit of commentary with the video now. This is the photographer's room. look how glamorous it is. This is where we do the work. I actually don't really do any work in here. In this video, to be honest, for this. That's the bibs that we have to wear. So yeah. Okay, so first things first, I apologise for this upright video. I hate upright video, but I had to do this because I was recording with my phone, and to be honest, I wasn't sure if we were supposed to film kind of back here, so I've kind of done it on the sly and sort of pretended I was just holding my phone and recorded it as we went. So this is the route out to pitch side. Down, and you come out underneath the stand, through the big yellow gate. That's where it gets serious. Big yellow gate with a warning sign. Don't go through here unless you're supposed to. So, I'm out in the corner here. I'm just getting my gear ready. So I got my bib on and everything. Wrapped up warm. It looks quite sunny, but it was freezing cold still. So getting my two bodies ready. That's my 72 with my Sigma 120-300 on it. And then I'm setting up my 7D Mark 1 with my... I went quite wide angle for this. I was hoping for some celebrations coming my way. So that's my 1835 that I've put on there. Didn't really pan out too well though. I think the video... Here we go. So this is my setup. It's my laptop sitting on top of my case. That's where I'm going to sit. That's my camera bodies. I was quite lucky. I was the only photographer sitting in this corner. There were two of us at the game. The other guy was in the other corner, but I was here, so I had a fair bit of space. That's where I was sat. Craven Cottage is real close to the pitch edge, so the slope kind of comes right down, although, I mean, the camera's wide angle, so it looks a bit further away, but I was actually probably only sat like 5 foot maybe from the edge of the pitch, so quite scary when the play came right in close, which it did a couple of times. There's not necessarily going to be a monstrous amount to see on this part, but I thought it would be interesting for you guys just to kind of watch for a bit, and you can see what I do. You'll see I keep going to the back of the... I don't know what happened to the video. Something funny went on there. That's why it's flickering a bit. I'm playing with my phone around this part of the video. And this is quite funny because actually somebody tweeted me saying, "Oh, I can see a GoPro on your camera. Are you going to record a video?" And that's me tweeting them back saying, "Yes, I am going to record a video." So I can't recall who it was who tweeted me that, but there you go. You're famous. You're on my video. So there we go. So every now and again whilst I'm doing this, you'll see me going to the back of the camera. I'm checking the images because I have to send the images live during this. Now, it's quite casual, that, I suppose, because it's an under-21s game and there's only two photographers there. There's me for Fulham and there's the other guy there for Derby. So it's not like it's high pressure. I don't have a huge amount of competition, so it's not like I'm rushing to send images every few minutes. I basically shoot most of the first half, and then I switch to record the then I switch and I send the images at half-time, or I start doing it just before half-time, I think, for this one, so I can send the images out and get those over. Through the course of the second half, I sent images a few times because there was a bit more going on, so totally I probably sent over sort of images 4 times, something like that, during this game. You'll actually see me do that on the video in a bit. I have got that going on. So some of this is going to be a bit dull, guys, but you know, I know that some people wanted to see this. So this is me shooting a game in a first team stadium. It's another 21s game, but it's being played in the first team stadium. So this is in Craven Cottage. Wedged in pitch side. You'll notice almost this entire thing has almost all been with the long lens. I switched the camera I thought you guys might prefer to get a slightly different view, so you can kind of see what I'm doing a bit from behind. You can see some of the game as well. You can't see the game too well. And I apologise, guys, for the quality of this recording. It's not actually a GoPro. It's like a cheaper version of a GoPro. Just I needed to save a bit of money when I was buying this camera because I was only ever going to use it for this kind of stuff. So I bought it fairly cheap. So some of the image quality is not great. Although actually, it's not bad, to be fair. It's not a disastrous picture, that, but it's not the best thing in the world. So yeah, you see me kind of tracking the game, and you'll see me keep going to the back of the camera. I'm checking that all the time so I can just lock the images which are the ones that I think I'm going to want. I do sometimes delete images. People maybe sometimes will tell you, oh, it's awful, you should never delete the images. Sometimes I do. If I get absolutely awful ones or something, I've missed the focus, then I just get rid of it. I do that. I'm very cautious. Anything that I could think could even be vaguely good, then I won't get rid of it. I won't delete it. But if it's absolute rubbish, then I do. I don't really see the point in keeping it because, I can tell if it's a rubbish image. So yeah, I got number 1 on the back of my shirt. I just realised, number 1. I just picked that up just randomly. That wasn't deliberate. So yeah, shooting the game. I keep going to the back. This is a zoom lens I'm using here. I'm checking you guys out. This is a 120 300 lens, so it is zoom in and out. It's not a fixed prime. I do like the versatility of the zoom. I'll be honest with you, the reason I've gone for this one is a bit cheaper than like a Canon 300 2.8, and I wanted the 2.8 because sometimes I shoot, well, in fact, this I'm shooting under floodlights, so it gets dark in a while. So I needed the f2.8, and this is a much more reasonable lens. You can pick up a used one of these for under £1,000, which is good compared to several thousand for a Canon prime lens. And I've always shot football with a zoom lens. My first ever one starting out was a Sigma 100-300 f4, and so this is the 120-300 f2.8. So I like the versatility of shooting in and out, zooming in and out rather. And probably the ability to do that is why I don't use the other camera as much, but I've got it in case I need to for the wide lens, for if the game comes in real close to me, or fingers crossed if a celebration runs right towards me and I need the wide angle to get it all in. Unfortunately, that didn't happen in this game because there was no celebration really at my end. Unfortunately, the Derby goal was at the other end, and the game was only 1-0 to Derby, so that was the only goal. Now I've moved the camera, the GoPro camera, onto the horseshoe at the top, so you get a real good idea of what I'm doing. I've angled it slightly to the side so that if I bring up my other camera, you can kind of, there you go. In fact, I'm bringing it up just now, so you can see what I'm doing with that there as well. And you're going to see me go down towards the laptop and do some editing in a bit as well. And in fact, I moved the camera to behind me so that you can get a better view of that. And I've done that quite deliberately, so you can get a better idea of what it is that I don't necessarily always sit. So when I'm shooting Fulham, quite often I will switch ends. So like I'll sit one end where Fulham are attacking, and then I'll go and sit the other end. So I've always got them coming towards me, but I'll sit the other side of the goal. So I get like the left wing and then the right wing. For this game I didn't, because I wanted to get a bit more of the defenders and the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper was Yoranyon, who plays for the first team, and I wanted to get a few shots of him. So here he comes, actually he's coming towards me. So I sat at the defensive end for the first half, so I could get photos of him like taking his kicks, and you can get lots of good shots of defenders still, because often they'll try and go up the wing, and if they can't get through, they'll turn back towards you to pass the ball back across the centre and wing to the other side, and you get some good photos of them coming down. Or sometimes if they're chasing down a winger trying to get to the ball and stop them crossing the ball in, you get some great photos of the defenders running towards you. So you can shoot a team from the end when they're not actually attacking towards you. Guys, you don't always have to shoot so they're attacking you straight on. You can go at the sides as well. Craven Cottage is very limited at the sides, so you're pretty much stuck to the end. You can kind of see over to my right here that the slope goes down towards the side hoarding as well, where the substitutes are warming up. That's even more narrow than where I am. It looks a lot further than it is, guys. That pitch there, that line, is probably about 6 foot in front of me. And when the play comes right in close, it is scary. You're half looking down your camera and you're half thinking, God, is this ball going to hit me in the face? So it can freak you out a bit. And there's just no room on the sides. You can't see that right side of the pitch at all, because that's where the substitutes warm up and the benches are. And the other side has got literally like a 4 foot wide gap, just where a ball boy or something could sneak in there. And that's about it. There's no room for photographers to sit over there. So they really do keep that quite in close. There's not much to say here, really. Just going to kind of let you guys see what I do. Well, I'll tell you what, let's talk about the kind of shots that I'm aiming for here. So, general coverage of a game. So the main reason I'm doing something like this, I don't get, although I do actually get some image sales from this, but it tends to be like families of the players and that kind of thing, but there's some. And the main kind of thing I'm after here is general action. So you want photos for like a match report or something like that. And for me, the key kind of things when I'm doing photos for a match report will be to obviously get a player for the team that I'm shooting for clearly in the picture. I try to always get it so that you can clearly see the other team as well. So like two players running towards you, so you can clearly make out which team the other team is. Because if the match report is, hey, you know, Fulham just missed out to Derby or something, you want a clear picture so you can see a Fulham player and a Derby player, and you want it to be obvious which teams they're from, because it's a match report photo. Sometimes if there's something real key going on in the game, so sometimes, you know, like if Fulham won 4-0 or something, then it's different. Then they're going to want a photo of like a celebration or something like that. Let's say Fulham lost 4-1, they're not going to want the celebration photo from that one goal that they scored, because it's not a happy moment. They lost 4-1, so the match report will be more like a general play type photo as opposed to a celebration, which is the worst, because sometimes you'll get the best celebration photos ever and you think, oh, that's a great photo, and then the team loses, so they're never going to use that celebration photo, and that's always a bit of a shame. Sometimes you get like a good, you know, like a goal being scored or a penalty being taken that won the game, and then of course that kind of photo goes in. Or I don't know, maybe it's a 0-0 and the goalkeeper pulled off loads of saves, then they might want a photo of the keeper who made some saves. So you kind of have to think a little bit about what photos it is that you're going to send over depending on how the game has gone. And especially towards the end of the game, you kind of get an idea of the kind of thing they're going to want. Especially if they're winning by a lot and I haven't got a celebration photo, I start to get nervous, thinking, oh, you know, I hope there's another goal so I can get a decent celebration shot. But hey. So you guys can see some footage of me actually sending over the images here. Now, I should have started talking as soon as I picked up the laptop, but don't worry too much. You guys, when you're watching the video, basically from when I pick up the laptop and sit it on my lap, from that point to when the images get sent, it's probably... God, it's probably 4 or 5 minutes, something like that. It's less than 5 minutes, I would say. Now, I can do things to set me up a bit quicker than that. If I was doing it sort of with competition around me and I was trying to send them live, I would work to get it done much quicker. So the laptop's gone down. So the images actually went a good couple of minutes before I put the laptop down, because once I'd sent the images, I then set up the email and stuff ready to send the next ones. So it was actually even quicker. Now the video is going to switch to me shooting, so it's dark now. It's the second half and it's dark. It's also got a lot colder, so I've got a hat on, I've got gloves on. Whenever you're doing these kind of games, guys, always dress up warm, like much warmer than it feels like, because of the fact you're sitting still for so long, you get real cold. Here I've got my big jacket on, I've got like an Under Armour top, I've got like Under Armour legging things under my trousers, I've got my gloves, I've got my hat. I was kind of wishing I had my scarf at one point. It gets real cold. And you can see I keep going to my laptop in between. So this is me sending more images when you guys keep seeing me ducking down towards my laptop. I must have taken the card out of the camera at one point, but I think I missed myself doing that. But I would have taken it out, put it in the reader. I've got another one sitting in a little case just out of view here. So I'm getting the images I want. I do a couple of little bits in Lightroom. You can use photo mechanic stuff like that for this kind of thing. If you want to say just go straight to Lightroom, I do a couple of little bits of editing, just simple bits, maybe a bit of a crop, rotation if the images is a bit skewed. Very simple. Export them, email them. Done. And you can see, so when I'm shooting and working on the laptop, you can see I keep suddenly turning back to the game, because you have to keep an eye out. I've missed stuff before, you know, there'll be a goal go in, and I'm thinking, oh, great, you know, I've got celebration photos, and I'm emailing them over, and then next thing you know, there's another goal scored, and I've missed the whole thing. So you have to be aware of what's going on, and every now and again you'll see me working on my laptop, and then I'll kind of suddenly quit, oh God, I'll go back and I'll suddenly start shooting something, because I can hear, like, there was only a very small crowd here. The far stand furthest away from me is the one where the fans were, and so there was enough there for me to still hear a bit of a cheer. And so every now and again when I could hear something was reacting, I would turn to make sure I wasn't missing something key. So like I said, through the course of the second half, I probably sent images about kind of 3-4 times. So no, probably 4 or 5 times, something like that. Because I probably sent them, about 20 images, and I probably did that in like 5 batches of 4, something like that. So the last part of this video is just me walking back around to the photographer's room. And I thought you guys might quite like to see this. So I literally just walked round. You have to walk all the way around at Craven Cottage, around the, well, it depends where you're sitting, obviously. But where I am, I've had to walk round. And you guys see where you're going. Craven Cottage is a funny one. You actually walk in basically where the public are, where the fans are. You walk through, and you'll see in a minute I go through under the stand. And I'm walking through, like, literally kind of where all the fans would be. It was under the 21s game, so it was quieter. But on a first team game, this would be sort of packed through where I walk through here. And I head down towards the photographer's room. If you guys are quick, you'll make out the photographer's room sign on the door. And I'm inside. And that's me done, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support. Thank you.